Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to BD Views. I am Mursaleen Siddiqui. Today we uncover a chilling and multi-layered conspiracy. As Bangladesh prepares for the 13th national parliamentary election on February 12, 2026, the fallen Awami League is not sitting idle. Sources reveal that they have launched a desperate and coordinated plan to ensure this election never happens. The goal is simple but sinister: create enough chaos to make the interim government fail. They don't want a fair vote because they know the people have rejected them. Instead, they are trying to pave the way for an unelected power to take over. This isn't just political chatter, it is a structured sabotage mission. The Awami League is reportedly reaching out to its old loyalist network. This includes former police officers, Ansar members, and bureaucrats who thrived during their 16-year rule. They're trying to reactivate these sleeping cells within the administration. From safe houses in India and other countries, fugitive leaders are calling the shots. They want to paralyze the state from within. If the administration stops working, they believe the election will collapse. The most shocking part is the money. Reports suggest a massive fund of 10,000 crore BDT has been collected for this mission. Half of this, 5,000 crore, is allegedly earmarked to bribe officials in the police and the election commission. The other 5,000 crore is meant to fuel street violence. This money isn't coming from thin air. It is being funneled by corrupt industrialists who looted the country's banks before the August 5 uprising. They are now spending that stolen wealth to buy back their lost power. To understand the depth of this threat, we must look at who is involved. Over the last decade and a half, the Awami League built a partisan police force. High-ranking officials like former IGP Benazir Ahmed and DB chief Harun al-Rashid were the faces of this regime. While some are in jail, many others are hiding abroad or still holding mid-level positions in the current administration. These officials are now being contacted via social media and middlemen to slow down election preparations. It's not just the police. The bureaucratic syndicate is also active. Names like former secretaries Kobir bin Anwar and Ahmad Kaikaus have surfaced in these discussions. Many of their associates still sit in the secretariat. Their mission? To be silent observers who delay files, mismanage logistics, and create artificial crises in public services. This is a classic inside job designed to make the Yunus-led government look incompetent in the eyes of the public. Even the election commission is under fire. Pro-Awami League officials who helped manage the farcical elections of 2018 and 2024 are still present in the system. The conspiracy involves keeping these officials inactive or having them provide wrong data during the polling process. By compromising the very people who run the elections, the fallen party hopes to make the February 12 polls lose all credibility. It is a desperate attempt to prove that only they can run the country, even if it means destroying it first. The conspiracy took a public turn recently in New Delhi. For the first time in 17 months, Awami League leaders held a press conference at the Press Club of India. Former Foreign Minister Hassan Mahmood was the lead speaker. Instead of apologizing for the atrocities of the July uprising, he attacked the interim government. He called the UN's report on human rights violations one-sided and biased. This is a bold-faced lie, considering the world saw the violence on live television. Hassan Mahmood's message was clear. They do not recognize the upcoming election. He claimed that a fair election is impossible without the Awami League. But let's be honest, The only fair elections they understand are the ones they rig. From India, they're trying to build an international narrative that the interim government is oppressive. They're using the minority card and stability card to scare neighboring countries and global powers. They want the world to believe that Bangladesh is in total chaos. Back in Dhaka, this narrative is being supported by banned organizations like the Chhatra League and Jubo League. Sources say these groups are planning a series of movements starting February 1st. They plan to hide behind legitimate groups like factory workers or students to start riots. By creating mob justice scenarios and attacking public property, they want to force the government to declare an emergency. They're betting on the hope that if the country becomes ungovernable, the military or another force will have to step in, ending the path to democracy. The stakes couldn't be higher. Political analysts warn that Sheikh Hasina is orchestrating this from foreign soil because she knows her political career is over if this election succeeds. If Dr. Yunus successfully holds a free and fair vote, the Awami League's chance of a backdoor return disappears forever. This is why they're willing to spend billions of stolen taka to burn the country down. They would rather see a failed state than a democratic one they do not control. However, the people of Bangladesh are more alert than ever. The interim government has already started training over 43,000 polling officials. They're vetting names carefully to remove the partisan ghosts of the past. Security measures are being tightened at vulnerable stations. The message from the streets is loud and clear. There is no room for those who fired on students to return to the back door. The 10,000 crore taka conspiracy is a sign of weakness, not strength. It shows a party that is terrified of the ballot box. As we approach February 12, the next few weeks will be a test of our national resilience. Will the hidden bureaucrats and bribed officials succeed in their sabotage, or will the administration purge these traitors in time? The future of Bangladesh depends on the neutrality of the police and the vigilance of the citizens. The fallen Awami League wants to steal your vote one last time by making sure you never get to cast it. We must remain watchful. The road to democracy is paved with challenges, but the will of the people must prevail. The path to the February 12th polls is under a shadow of betrayal. The fallen regime's desperate gamble with stolen billions proves their fear of the people's will. Bangladesh stands at a crossroads. We must reject this sabotage to ensure that democracy finally belongs to the citizens, not conspirators. That's all for today. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep watching BD Views. If you find our reports insightful, please subscribe to our channel. Allah Hafiz.